Hello, good evening. It's Friday, about 7:30. I think I mentioned I was getting ready for bed early last night. Tonight is even earlier, and I consider that a success. I'm literally going to post this, and then that's it for the day. So today I went to the tide pools, and I totally expected this video was going to be a video about how I don't like tide pools, which I feel like makes it sound like I don't have a soul or something. I feel like everyone likes tide pools. They're like a place of joy and tranquility and a place to appreciate nature, but I don't typically enjoy them because I guess for two reasons. One reason is that I feel like Bruce, he wants his princess toy, but he does this behavior called cobbing, which is like, you picture how like a mouse or a gerbil or something would chew on something. I mean, or you could picture like what the word is, like eating corn on the cob. He likes to chew on this toy. He has another toy too that's like a Frida Kahlo toy that also has a dress, and he likes to chew on the dress material. And I took it because I feel like you could hear his little chewing in the background, but he's not accepting that. Okay, I'm just gonna give it to him, and if you hear chewing, now you know what it is. Anyway, tide pooling, disliked it for two reasons. One is because I felt like I would fall on a rock and crack my head open, which, by the way, did anyone else's parents or like grandparents use that as the default expression? Like when you're doing something dangerous, like get down from there, you crack your head open. I think that is what like sticks in my head about tide pools. I feel like I will fall and crack my head open. Like if my grandmother were here, that's what she would say. Second reason I dislike tide pools is because I felt like I would like accidentally step on someone and squash them. I mean, like the little critters who live in the tide pool, I felt like I would, like I'm just like a big giant coming into their habitat, and like I don't want to be that guy. But anyway, today I went to the tide pools and I actually really enjoyed it. I went with my marine biology class, and as a biology major and as a former Girl Scout, I've like had tide pool outings like multiple times. And I feel like I like this one better because my instructor was kind of very flexible about like just kind of unleashing us and letting us go wherever we wanted to go. It wasn't like we're all going along the same path as a class. And I think that made it a lot more enjoyable for me, that I could stay on mostly solid ground and also not feel like I was intruding too much on the little critters. So I had a nice day, a nice time at the tide pools, and I would like to go back, I think. Especially because I saw an octopus. We saw a really cool octopus. It was actually pretty big. The tentacles came out. I'll put in a clip. I don't think you can really tell what's going on in the clip, but there's kind of like a, I don't know if it's a rock or just like a clump of sand, but there's like a flat kind of surface thing. And then you can see like kind of where it tunnels under that thing. Sorry, there's like a spider just crawling on my wall. It was like a teeny tiny one. It just fell behind the couch. I guess I'm gonna let it live there. Anyway, you can see the octopus, or I saw the octopus under this thing, and the tentacles came out, and the tentacles were like pretty decent size. And I think it was trying to catch like a fish or some kind of critter that was like swimming by. I didn't know what it was at first. You could just kind of see like the dust moving around, and then I saw this like long thing coming out, and then we realized it was an octopus, and then it like went back in. So I think by the time I pulled out my phone and started filming, you can see some movement in that like hole that he was living in, but it's not super clear. But that got me thinking, because I know octopuses. Hey Siri, what's the plural of octopus?
The answer I found is octopuses.
It's octopuses. Anyway, I know they're like pretty smart. And it makes me curious about that, like that little spot that he has that he likes to live in. Is that like, does he claim that spot every time, like every day at low tide? If I go there tomorrow, will I find him there? Like, is he a regular, or does he like, you know what I mean? Because it seems like a good spot if you're an octopus. But also, yeah, I did scope out some areas that seemed a little more stable and not like a death trap that I imagined it would be. So yeah, I don't know. I would go back. Sure, why not? Also, I kind of like experiences like that, like as a dog trainer, because I feel like this is a really random segue, but like because I work with dogs with like fear and anxiety and other behaviors that are like maybe not the most constructive or productive, I guess. It's kind of nice to put myself in situations where like I kind of feel that way, like I feel anxious about this activity. I feel kind of the same way about going to like scare events, like haunts, Halloween haunts and stuff like that, because I love the spooky vibes. I will probably go to like the hayride later this Vlogtober, but I love the spooky vibes and the ambiance and the entertainment side of it, but I don't like being scared. So it's like putting myself in environments like that and trying to navigate it in a way that like is enjoyable, even though I know it's like gives me a little bit of anxiety. I guess it like gives me a little more perspective of like how an anxious dog might feel in an environment that they're not comfortable in. So yeah, basically like when I go to these like Halloween scare things, like yeah, I'm going to try to enjoy it, but there's always like a little bit of a science experiment going on in my head. I just realized I like kind of compared tide pools, one of the most peaceful activities, non-threatening activities, to like going through a scare zone. Like that's on the same level somehow. I don't know. I am gonna end this here, I think, because Bruce is still cobbing over there, and I'm gonna hydrate. It's actual water this time, not tea, but I am trying to be better about hydrating, especially like since I'm back in school. I am drinking a lot of coffee throughout the day, and I need to remember to drink water. And I hope you also remember to drink water, and I'll see you tomorrow.